Okay, we're going to take just a quick walk out here to the one part of the pecan orchard. And my wife and I have done a lot of mowing in the past day or two. Everything looks nice. And we've got a little bit of a tropical storm that's been coming up from the Carolinas, giving us a little bit of good rainfall that it's very helpful and beneficial for everything out here on the farm. We're going to take a look at this beautiful Lakota, and this is a tree that I grafted myself a number of years ago, and just want to see how the pecans are looking on here. All right, let's see what we've got. Oh yeah, they look really good. Nice looking pecans here. And again, I grafted this tree myself several years ago. I don't remember exactly when. I've got a label over here on it so we can take a look at that. But Lakota is one of my favorite pecan trees. It's a good variety for us here, and I don't really have a lot of problems with it. Don't have any issues with leaf scab, so that's a real plus. Produces really good nuts, good size on the nuts. Now we're in the first few days of July here at Heritage Grove Pecan Farm. So, you know, we're well into the growing season, and the pecans are typically going to grow to maturity, and usually by late September, early to mid-October, then the pecans are typically ready to be harvested. Just trying to get a peek in here. So those are pretty good size. They're about the size of a jelly bean right now. And again, this is going to be in about the first week of July. Actually, we just had the 4th a few days ago. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pecan tree. And then we'll just swing around here, and this is a beautiful tree. This is one of the very first trees that I ever successfully grafted. This is called a Gloria Grand, and I did take the grafting wood off of a tree that's on the farm but in a different location. So let's try to find a branch that I can get a good picture of. You can see what the nuts look like. This is a good spot right here. So these look similar to the Lakota, but these are a little bit smaller. And as a finished nut, this nut is a little bit smaller than the Lakota. Lakota is a fairly large nut, and Gloria Grand, I'd say, is just about an average to medium size nut. But this is just a super, super beautiful tree. I love the growth habits of the Gloria Grand. It's got sort of a goblet shape to it, and I just really, really love the way these Gloria Grands look. And we'll just swing through here and maybe take a look at a couple more trees. I see a Mandan down here I want to take a look at, with a branch that's fairly low. We can grab a hold of and see what those nuts look like. Got a few pretty little sunflowers here in the corner. Beautiful. Lots of lovely things growing out here on the farm. Let's see if we can find a... Oh yeah, I see a lot of nuts on this Mandan tree. But you'll pretty quickly see some of the issues with Mandan. This variety here on our farm, very, very susceptible to scab. I don't know that much about what scab really is. I think it's some type of a fungus that will grow on the leaf structure and on the nuts themselves. Even though I know scab is an undesirable thing to have out here on your trees, I will still get fairly good nuts, even if I have nuts that are showing signs of scab. I'm sure it creates some issues and complications and whatnot, and diminishes the overall quality of the pecan. But I can tell you that even with having difficulty with scab out here, it will still produce a good nut. So I don't do a lot of spraying of different chemicals and whatnot on my trees. I like to, I guess, consider it a low input farm. This is a tree, one of the oldest ones here on the farm, that I planted at least 20 years ago, and my wife says it's been a few years past 20. And not really sure what variety this is, but it really has quite a load of baby pecans or pecans on it this year. And these are fairly large nuts. I would say these are probably even a little bit bigger than the Lakota. And I do not know the exact variety. This was one of 2 trees we purchased more than 20 years ago and planted. And it just said from Lowe's paper shell pecan. And that's all I know about it. And then this is the other tree that we purchased from Lowe's the same day and same time. And this one also said paper shell pecan. So I am really not sure what variety these are. And this one is a different variety from the other 20 plus year old tree. So not really sure. I think it's a Cape Fear or a desirable. I know a lot of varieties that it is not, and based on some of the growth habits and things I have observed of this tree. And by the way, I just want to tell you, this particular pecan tree produces some of the absolute best tasting nuts of any tree here on the farm. Here's a baby Kanza. Not that old. I did plant this one myself, but I did not graft this tree. It came to me already grafted. And this is a Kanza. And you can see here it's got a nice little cluster of baby pecans. And they are quite a bit smaller for the same time of the year as what we were looking at with the Lakota and a couple of the other varieties. Now, I do completely understand that with the Kanza, it is overall a smaller nut, and that's okay. But I've heard mostly terrific things about the Kanza, so we're gonna give that a try and see how it does here on the farm. So anyway, that's about it. Just wanted to give you a quick run through the closest or nearest part of the pecan orchard to the house, and that's this little spot right here. And it's mostly Mandan trees, And it has one or two Gloria Grands. It's got a couple of Lakota and a couple of pecan trees, which I showed you a moment ago, which I'm not really sure the exact variety. But anyway, it is getting late in the day, so I'm going to wrap it up. And just want to say thank you for watching my little videos. And thank you for supporting Heritage Grove Pecan Farm. I'm thankful for all of the viewers and subscribers. So I will catch you on the next one. Thanks.